Yeah, don't hurt them. Don't hurt them, please. They don't know they're dealing with very tough people in this room. They don't know who they're dealing with. They don't know who they're dealing with. They just don't understand. All right, go home to mom. Explain to mom.
Wrong.
You tried to take on very powerful people.
Then you'd be wrong.
And many of them physically as well as mentally. That's not a good thing to do.
Not a good thing at all. You're wrong.
Make sure you don't hurt them. Please.
Don't hurt them.
Thank you.
Please, don't hurt them. They'd be wrong. So, what's up? All right. So, excuse my little, whatever that was. Actually, I'd rather keep these in there. I can hear better. What's going on? So nice to see all you guys. Oh, my dog is like hacking on food. You all right, pup? You all right? Wait. Hey, you. Daisy. Okay. All right. She's good. I'm good. We're good. We're just soaking up life, living the dream, living here in West Michigan. That didn't rhyme, but well, it did, but it didn't make sense. It's okay. So good to see you guys at Robert Wallace's. I enjoyed that immensely. Toast. Clink. We have us a toast. Now we can be friends. There we go. All right. All right. So, I know I wrote something on the back of my list. You know what? I'll save it. Remind me to turn it over later. It's the last thing I'll finish on. Okay. It's good to see you guys. I did write a list. And thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. I see we have Great Informer back. Nice to see you. Bring your spunkiness to the chat. We appreciate it. Yeah, I will. Mel. It might be the last thing you have to do as I'm signing off saying, all right, I'll see you tomorrow. It was great. And I'll just read the chat one last time and I'll look. And somebody better say, turn it over. Because I probably won't by then. Because you know how that goes with me sometimes. Yeah. But I did write something down. So that's important. Anyway, again, so great to see you. Robert Wallace. Super great, fun, enlightened live stream. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. That was great. What's up? So nice to see everybody. Wow. What a news day. What a news day. Do you guys follow it like during the week? Maybe you do, bits and pieces here and there. But do you follow it? What I'm poignantly not asking is, did you see what happened today over on Capitol Hill? Oh, yes, I know, and I pray that I will. But today I am just a bill. But this happened on Capitol Hill. You guys remember that from Schoolhouse Rock? I did not sing it correctly. But do you remember the The hope and I pray that I will, but today I'm still just a bill. I'm a bill. And then eventually he gets stamped in and he goes, I'm a law. I'm a law. And he became a law. That's when they actually used to teach us good stuff in school. Anyway, did you see what happened on Capitol Hill today? Well, let me explain it. Yep, that's the first thing I had wrote down on my list, so let me cover that. So, out of the House of Representatives, you have a majority that's held by the Democrats, and then you have a minority that's held by the Republicans. And the whole reason that we are going through what we're going through right now, as far as all the garbage that's being thrown at President Trump through this impeachment inquiry, which it's not. So wrap your head around that. They're calling it an impeachment inquiry, but by law, it can't be an impeachment inquiry until they force a vote within the House of Representatives to determine whether it goes forward to be an impeachment inquiry. So this is like nothing to do with impeachment. This is an investigation by Adam Schiff. That's it. This isn't impeachment. This is just a private investigation under the guise of an impeachment inquiry, which can't exist because the vote has not happened in the House to determine whether or not they can do it. The reason that the Democrats, which have the majority in the House, therefore they have all the power to either put the vote up or not put the vote up. And the vote's not going up for impeachment against Trump because they don't have the support within their own party, along with all the Republicans that do not want Trump impeached. They don't have the support that they need. So what do? They turn it over to Adam Schiff, the Democrat congressman who will probably be hung by the neck if he doesn't suicide himself before this is all over. But I can't think of anybody, honestly. He ranks right up there, and I have no bloodlust, but he ranks right up there in my top picks for like people that need to pay the piper, as it would be stated. He needs to pay the piper. So he is holding his own private investigation, and it's been going on now for a week or two, 10 days. Today, the Republicans, which are the minority in the House, had enough, and they went to Capitol Hill. And they went down to the basement where Adam Schiff was holding these private investigations. Seriously, it's in like a shipping container that is in the basement of the Capitol. It's in the basement. It's called a skiff. And forgive me because I don't have the anagram. If one of you do or can Google it, put it in there. It's SCIF. But it's basically, if you're in there, none of the information can get out, period. At least not to a third-party source. So Adam Schiff's been conducting this, picking and choosing his own witnesses that he gets to question and cherry pick, all, mind you, while the Republicans that are within Congress aren't allowed to be a part of. It's one of the perks that goes along with being in control of the House of Representatives. Another perk for Adam Schiff, which gives him no liability, is that he has complete immunity, being the inspector. He is leading this investigation, and the Democrats own the House. So they tried to censure him yesterday, which means take him out of there because he has major conflicts of interest. But this is a vote that happens within the House that whoever has the most votes gets their way. All the Republicans voted to have him censured. All the Democrats stuck together and voted to let him stay. Therefore, he stays. And because he is granted immunity, and I'm still trying to figure out why that would be the case, because what he's doing is 100% illegal. Maybe not. Maybe that's an overstatement. Maybe not illegal. But well beyond the bounds of what is proper power in that position. Totally. And he's way overstepped that. And the Republicans went down to the basement of the Capitol and they opened the door into that skiff. Okay. They opened the door into it. And they confronted Adam Schiff, who, like the little weaselly little bitch he is. By the way, if I say that word in California, or New York, probably California soon. But if I say that in New York, you're a bitch, or that guy's a bitch, which Adam Schiff is a bitch. But I'm just making a point. Apparently, you can be fined up to $10,000 or $20,000 for using it in a derogative manner like that. Like you're a bitch. You're a fucking bitch. And maybe do some jail time. Yay, First Amendment. Anyway, they bum rush and they open the door, and Adam Schiff grabs his witness and exits the skiff and scurries out of there like a bitch. And he's gone. And he's off doing his own thing now. But the important part in this story is that the Republicans confronted the issue. Finally, it was more than talking points on Fox, because let's be honest, nobody else is playing it. Pardon me. Maybe some social media sites, but mainly it's Fox, and that's okay. I'm okay with that, because the truth now is way outweighing the circumstances that the Democrats are trying to push. The narrative that the Democrats are starting to push have not only bordered on the line of ridiculous, they have exceeded it and then some. They are well beyond the scope of sanity. Nothing's more transparent than that, than Hillary Clinton calling out Tulsi Gabbard as a Russian asset. What in the world is she doing that for? Some people think it's to flip the chessboard back on the Patriots, that they're trying to make Hillary the villain, which she is, which she's well deserved. She is a cunt. I'm sorry, shouldn't have said that, but she is a cunt. And turn it into a positive role model that comes still out of the Democrat Party. That is Tulsi Gabbard. Now, there's people that say that mind manipulation could be going on, and that could be happening. I say, we'll let time figure that out, right? We'll let time figure that out. One thing we do know is that Hillary Clinton is not sane, and that she is, it would be objectionable to say that she's had any type of moral life. I mean, this woman is corrupt. And tied in with her is Bill Clinton. Mr. I didn't have sexual relations with that woman, Bill Clinton. That snake. The women he raped. And that's not air quotes. He fucking raped them. Juanita Broderick, Jennifer Flowers. You know who got a real bad deal out of that was Monica Lewinsky. She still gets made fun of. You know what? This is going to come out wrong, but she gave the most powerful man in the world a blowjob. Okay. I mean, that's more of a Bill and Hillary issue, but that poor woman got destroyed. But even he went through an impeachment that the public objected to. Why? Because it crossed the boundaries of civility. They crossed the boundaries of civility with Bill Clinton, who is a snake, and his wife is an evil, evil individual. They're both evil, up to their necks. Screw it. Submerged 100% in this evil vat of evil. They're both corrupt. They are a crime family, and they are as corrupt as the definition of corruptness could be. That's what these people are. And while they smile to your face, they'd gladly jam a giant knife right through your back, stab your heart, pull it out, rip it around the front of you, and cut your neck open before they want any of the awful, heinous crimes that they are guilty of. Not allegedly. These people are scum. They're the bottom of the barrel when it comes to morality. These people should have a trial, a military trial, because they've sold our country out willingly and gleefully and laugh at the expense of no matter what the heartache is to the common person. And I'll just leave it at that because their evil deeds affect everything in the world. Why? We are the most powerful country in the world, at least on paper. And that's how it used to be. Had she won, that'd be off the table. China would be running the system right now. And any lifestyle or money that you have right now, in my opinion, lower how you're living right now by 50%. And for some of you, that might not change your situation. You'd be like, okay, well, I still get by and I can afford to live here. But some of you, it would wreck your world. And I'm here to tell you, if that happened to me, that would wreck my world. I mean, to have everything cut in half, that's the direction that everything was going. Make no mistake, that's the way it was going. So, Hillary, Jesus, totally forgot where I was going. It was off my list. I didn't write that down. I just went off on a tangent for what it's worth. It's nothing that I was thinking about earlier. It just kind of boom. And now, as you are well aware, it's gone. It's gone. Let me go back to my list. It's good to see you guys. All of you. And for anybody that's newer in the chat, there's a reason I don't go back often and just like scroll the chat is I can't. Because I can't do both. So anyway. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. All right, I might mix my list up just a little bit. So you know what I think what took me off of my tangent is that I got into talking about the skiff. And I just think it was a fantastic show of unity that they came out and they knew that they weren't going to get him censured. It was about getting it on paper. And they knew that today was for optics. The reason that they stormed the skiff was for optics. Right now, the Great Awakening, and I know that we've been talking about it, and everybody awakens in different levels, right? We get that. Some of us been awake for a long time and maybe started really getting woke after the legitimacy of the Q drops and everything. But taking that and everything in 9/11, all that stuff, you're awoke. But, pardon me. But so as things continue to, damn it, I started reading the chat. I got sidetracked. Sorry about that. I guess what I want to get into, man, President Trump's tweets, his tweets. I don't know if you guys have subscribed to him, since I last brought it up. I just want to read a couple. I just want to read a couple that are kind of just things that are just phenomenal, you know? And he's been dropping like 20 to 30 to 40 tweets a day. Sometimes he's retweeting people and all that kind of stuff, but he continues to call everything a witch hunt. He retweets Mark Meadows, the senator. Chairman Schiff, interestingly, reversed course on having the whistleblower testify after it was revealed that his office and the whistleblower had actually back channel communicated. So they had communication with the whistleblower. That's why they're no longer calling the whistleblower in to be a part of this. They're trying to stand by and say, we have the transcript from President Trump. Now we can prove quid pro quo. All right. So I don't know if you can hear this. Let me turn it up. Congressman Steve Scalise is he was the congressman that was shot during the softball game in like 2017, where the shooter came out and started shooting up the Republicans that were on out there. So let me play this once and see if you can hear it, and just give me a number one if you can hear it. Actually, I won't be able to see that, so hopefully you can hear it.
What are they
So
trying to hide?
let's start it right here. Okay.
But as we got in there, Adam Schiff got up and left with the witness. Now you think about this. If you walk into a room and you turn on the light, and as soon as you turn on the light, some of the people in the room run out of the room, it begs the question, what do they have to hide? What are they trying to hide from the American people that they won't allow voting members of Congress to hear what's going on in that room? But as we got in there,
Okay, that's a reloop.
Adam
Let me
Schiff got up
stop
and
that.
left.
So he's talking about right after they stormed the skiff. Adam Schiff got up and left. Total weasel. But it's showing you, and we have all of these really, really wonderful congressmen that are standing up. We have Louis Gohmert. He's fantastic. We've got Jim Jordan. We have Matt Gaetz. We have John Radcliffe. We have Andy Biggs. We have Steve Scalise. We have Lindsey Graham. We have Bob Lee. We have John Kennedy from Louisiana. I love that guy. He's a senator. He's cool, man. You should just YouTube when we're done here, John Kennedy from Louisiana, and just listen to him speak. This dude, man, this guy is a Southern gentleman with a cool drawl. He's cool. He's a smart man. I like him. His name happens to be John Kennedy, so there's worse people he could be named after. All right, so there's so many more Trump tweets. I'm just gonna implore you to just open a Twitter account and subscribe to Donald Trump, because that is Q plus. Maybe the plus not only stood for saying, hey, that's the president, but that Q plus was a sign that in the future, Q wouldn't be here. And so, in a public square, a plus type of way, President Trump will be taking over. Certainly, all of the evidence proves that President Trump is Q plus. On every meaningful projection, it can be no other way. We go back to the models. We go back to probability. And when you start getting into something being mathematically and statistically impossible to be something different than what it is, then you got to bring proof. And all that we have gotten through this movement is truth. That's all we've gotten. Mountains and mountains and more research than we could ever imagine to do, that are only the beginning lights onto the truth. I mean, think about it. Everything that's being exposed to us in every capacity as it goes along is another shining light onto a new rabbit hole. And there are many dark and deep secrets within the deep state. They didn't get to where they are being naive, and they didn't get to where they are by being dumb. And being dumb is exposing yourself and making yourself easily exposable. That's not what's been going on through humanity. That's why Donald Trump is beautiful. He is like a Band-Aid on a 2-day-old wound that gets stuck to the scab. Speaking of scabs, Robert Wallace, and it gets ripped off, and he ripped the fucking scab off of what the world was and what it's doing, and it's been exposed, and people are awake. And all of these suppressed polls that are going up, they're showing, honestly, they're showing that every single Democrat that is in to run against Trump will win by 10 points. I don't know how you spell desperation, but I would say it's spelled very loud and clear on the mainstream television. DC is in utter panic. If they had another false flag, they'd do it. They can't change the news cycle. They can't change it. They have no options to change the news cycle because, as we were told many, many months ago, patriots are in control. They're controlling this movie. You're watching a movie. I think it's pretty damn awesome. I mean, you're literally watching the deep state run out of options and panic. DC, I mean, Pelosi and Schiff flew to Jordan to either try to cover up tracks just in the last 3-4 days. Flew out to Jordan. This is right after Trump got Turkey and Syria, the Kurds, Syria, to sign the peace treaty, the 5-day peace treaty or whatever. And then it's going into full effect, or ceasefire. 5-day ceasefire that now has been permanently put into place. He just stabilized Turkey and Syria. He has neutralized North Korea. He has calmed any type of concerns with Russia and also China. He just brokered the best first part of a 2 or 3 part plan for a trade system with China. They came to the table. They gave us what we needed. They're giving our farmers over $50 billion in agriculture purchasing power. It's more than our farmers can even produce. And there's a joke about it. I mean, Trump said, buy bigger tractors, this kind of stuff. That's not the point. It doesn't matter. Maybe they'll exceed that goal. Maybe they won't touch that goal. It doesn't matter. The whole moral of the story, no matter how you spin it, good or bad, is that the order is there. The order has been placed by China. And it's big. It's a big, big number. When our agriculture comes back, which it is, under the right leadership, which we are under right now, America will thrive again. And they will be a beacon of light. I'm telling you right now, if Trump does not win in 2020, the rest of the world, who is way more awake than the large percentage of people in our country who are not awake, they are wide awake to what's going on. Look at what's going on in France, the marches. How many weeks in a row? We're talking what? I'll be wrong, but 38 weeks in a row. These yellow vests. And these people were getting smacked down and beat down for a while, getting tear gas in their face, getting smacked the fuck up. They were. These people were getting messed up. Look at what's going on in Hong Kong. These people are rising up. These people are marching with American flags. These people are behind Trump. Why? Because they see what a large percentage of our Democratic left sheep that are in our country don't see. These people in third world countries see it. Do you think they'll ever for a minute ever forgive us for not putting Trump back in office in 2020? These people are rising up where if they rise up, they might kill you. That's how big this movement is. They might kill you in their country for rising up. We at least have the freedoms, and yeah, people will fuck with you if you wear a red MAGA hat. I get it. But have a little sympathy. Not that you shouldn't whip the fuck out of somebody that messes with you or touches your hat, but have a little sympathy because these people are honestly brainwashed. They're brainwashed. It's no longer a choice with some of these people. Some of them will never reel back in. And I see this with people that I talk to and meet every day. I see how this happens with people. I see how there are never Trumpers. Now, I'm not going to accuse them of being people that research because they're really more just set in their ways and they're more like, yeah, they listen to these, different threads on Reddit and that kind of stuff. And they won't come out of there because they connect with these people that are, speaking. And let's not whitewash anything. There are incredibly intelligent people that are on the left also that can spin stories with the best of them. And they will stand on their soapboxes. I mean, this election and everything. And I choose to believe that the people that are really, really high morally grounded on the left that just have to have their speech and just bash Trump, I believe they're planted. Because I don't believe that you could intellectually be that intelligent and disregard all of the absolute proofs. Not conspiracy theories, not conspiracy truths. We're talking cold, hard facts. Things that have been proven. Things that will never be discussed on that television and never be asked in any capacity, at least not on anybody on the left. We're talking about truths. They don't want to deal with truths. They want to talk about generalities. You want to argue specifics. Tell me what I'm accused of. Tell me what this is. What exactly are you stating? And as we uncover their evil deeds, we either don't get the answers, which is what's happening now, or we get a sparkler in the ass full of misdirection and general talk, general speaking talk. I mean, it's absolutely a disgrace what's become of the Democrat Party. But as I told you before, because I have been shown and told, there's Republicans that are going to go down with this gigantic takedown. I mean, there's just bad on both sides. Most of the Republicans, a lot of them, aren't there. There's still some of them that are there, but there used to be a whole lot more there. And the Democrats threw every swamp creature they could into the party, knowing that they would have. That's why you have Tlaib and AOC and Omar and Presley. That's why you have them. They are there to stir the base. Their whole problem is that they had nobody that they could rally around. They didn't have a savior in the Democrat Party, nor do they have a savior. They're all absolutely PU. They're horrible. Every one of them is terrible. Absolutely diarrhea. And there's talk that maybe Michelle Obama, I'll tell you what, you put Michelle Obama up there and you watch how quick the numbers tank in a real poll. I mean, these people are done. Democrat Party has been exposed on a level that they can't recover. There has been a kill shot. It's kind of like that one movie where I think it was called The Jackal. He shot that person and it shot him in his liver, and they took his own finger and he stuffed it inside of him. And he said, basically, if you keep it in there, you'll live for 20 minutes. If you pull it out, you'll die in a minute. Something like that. It was something, I don't know, cheesy like that. But right now, the Democrat, because it applies here with my analogy, the Democrat Party has their finger into the liver wound. The kill shot has been made. Checkmate has been declared. Just like in the game of chess. You might have, or I'm sorry, they're in check. You can only put somebody in checkmate once, just so we're clear. But sometimes in chess, if you put somebody in check, which means you're going to take their king, they have to move the king to get out of check. And it becomes a little bit of a game. And eventually people start to loosen up. When you see it's just a back and forth thing, you can't do that. So you got to position, you got to do new things. These people are in check right now in the game of chess. And they've been in check for quite some time. And they try to make a move, and Trump kicks that pawn out of the way and puts them back in check. And then they move over here and they try to put up another something, and Trump whacks that away and puts them back in check. We are dwindling down to the point where the game of chess, where there becomes no alternate move, and it becomes checkmate. And that's a game. And we are well on our way to checkmate. We are well into this. What's that mean for time frame? I don't know. But it's moving very rapidly right now. It's moving very rapidly. The deep state is almost in checkmate. They certainly can't do anything that's going to hurt the president outside of assassinate him, honestly. They can't. People don't believe in the mainstream television anymore. That's the only thing that they have. They only have their talking pieces out of the mainstream television. That's it. They have no other place. They're done. Let me see what else is on my list. Yeah. Any questions that anybody has on the Great Awakening or anything like that? I don't know. It's just something I wrote down because I didn't know if I'd run out of stuff to say. So take it or leave it. I don't care. Are you awake? Are every one of you awake? Like awake? Awake. Are you awake? And I don't mean woke. Are you awake? I'm awake. Yeah, well put, Mel. Still learning, but always learning. Yeah. I think that's a very, very good mind frame to be in. I don't ever put myself in a position of thinking I know everything, because I know it can all change in a second. But you try to push your truths into a belief that's proven through fact and time, that as the longer you go, if you're using discernment, of course, I don't know. I mean, you get yourself into a position where it's going to take an awful lot to take you off this path. And they're trying hard. Mainstream television is trying really hard. But what's funny, I'll say it again. just now, tonight, right now. I'll say it again in the same live stream. We've been told this. I mean, these major companies, these mainstream television companies, a lot of them are going down when this is all over. Going away. Credibility shot. In my opinion. I mean, look at Project Veritas with CNN, all the undercover things that they've been told. They've been told to run an impeachment news company. How that is even on the air, or how that man still has a position within there is beyond my belief. But what it tells me is because he still is there, we must be dangerously close to the end. Because if he needed to be out of there for it to matter with the plan, he would be out of there. The dominoes have fallen. That's my opinion. We are so far down the track and at the home leg of this that honestly, it doesn't matter whether the guy steps down or not because they're exposed. And not only that, keep that imbecile in there as the president of CNN after he's been exposed. Because are they going to change their narrative because they fire him or he gets let go? No, not at all. So let them continue to show what complete imbeciles they are. What's it matter to you or me? We don't watch them anyway. They are idiots. All right. Okay. The future for this movement. I can't believe I wrote that. It's the final thing on my list. The future for this movement. Well, I think you guys probably know where I stand on that. The future for this movement depends on the awakening of the people, right? And that's not a big secret. It's not. But a lot of people are still asleep, and many, many more are awake, and many, many more are waking up every day. And we get that. We see that. But I think a pivotal part in the future of our movement, of this movement, and Trump actually did say our movement. I mean, it was about, I'll say it again, it was about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment that was only around to enrich itself at the expense of you and me and all of us. And in this case, the American people. The future of our movement is going to rely on the proper telling of history. Our history books whitewash stuff. What people in the future are going to need to remember and know is the pain. And you can't teach the pain of something until you expose it. It will be exposed. Hang on, I'll be right there. Just go. I'm almost done. So it will be exposed, and it will be upon us, really. This is where our pivotal role in the future of the country will come into place, is that we need to lend our credence to that voice of truth, because history books will be rewritten when this is done. And we will be the educators. Good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter. You're going to be an educator, because somebody's going to start running their mouth, and not in a way that's shitty. Eventually, you're going to hear somebody say, man, I just don't even, what's going on? I don't even know how we got here. I'm so confused. And anytime you hear the word confused, you know they're looking for an answer. So, you know, I'm not telling you to go out there and be on a soapbox. None of that. Just be a good person in life. Be a vessel. Be available to somebody if it presents itself. Care about mankind. That doesn't apply to everybody you meet in your life and all that shit. But when you got a legit opportunity Where if that opportunity left and you said to yourself, man, I wish I would have said something, you should have said something. In whatever small voice kind of way you could have said something, that's you telling yourself I had an opportunity. And if you believe this movement like I do, and I do, I just simply do. I mean, they try to paint people that follow President Trump now as crazy. The rhetoric is insane. What's going on with the Democrat Party? It is 100% certifiably stone cold crazy insane what's going on with the Democrat Party. And that doesn't even do it justice. These people are going nuts. I'll reiterate it one more time. There is utter panic in DC. If you don't see it, just even what's being reported on the late night news with Fox News of what's going on and all that storming, if you don't see it, I'm sorry. But it tells me, I mean, they are storming into Adam Schiff's SCIF meeting. This shit's coming to a head. And we still have, we had the Barr investigation. We have Durham's investigation, all about to drop. This is all timing. Timing is everything. We've been told it. Timing is everything. Everything is done at a specific time, especially now moving forward in this plan. Why? Because we have known now for quite some time, again, I'll reiterate it, that patriots are in control, which means that involves all information that comes out to you and me and shows us what's going on. We've also been told this. Why get in the way of an enemy that is destroying themselves? That's exactly what the leftists are doing. That's exactly what the deep state is doing, is they are exposing and destroying themselves. All of their credibility is like sand through the hourglasses. Maybe not plural, hourglass. But that's what it is. It's rapidly deteriorating for the deep state. And I mean rapidly. Sheep no more. The majority of humanity is awake. And as I said earlier, the rest of the world will never forgive us if we don't keep Trump in office. So remember that. Anyway, that's all I got. You guys got anything? Huh. Maybe I gave it a little more build up than I should have, because it really wasn't meant to. I meant it to be more kind of like all right, here's the deal. Watching Robert Wallace's live stream, what I wanted to comment on in my live stream coming out of his live stream, and I just didn't want to do it right out of his live stream because it would look like, oh, Bill's just, just bringing up Wallace because, you know what I mean, and talking about what I wanted to say is something that I actually feel when I listen to his music. And I know that he is starting out playing and that kind of stuff. I get that. And I think that I've seen the comments, and I would agree, is that his playing has become measurably better than when he was starting, right? But what I wanted to give him accolades on is that I feel that music because of how he plays it. And I don't want you to start trying to do that, Robert, not organically. I just love how you play that stuff, dude. I can feel it. I can feel it right with you, man. So you're super organic and original, and a great friend and a great guy. But like I said, I didn't want to forget to say something about your stream because I thought your stream was really good too, and I appreciate you like crazy, dude. So that's what I wanted to remember to say. And now I wish I could go back and erase it. No, that's not true. That's what I wanted to say. So anyway. Thank you. Joe Mama gets it. Yep. Yep. I think everybody feels that. And, it's cool. It is. All right. So I'm going to be awake for a couple more hours. So you guys just want to keep going? No, I'm totally teasing. I can't. So I am going to be up though. I got to wake up the wifey. She listen to this. What a shit deal she's got tomorrow. This is like a pie in the face kind of shit deal. So she's got to go to another state tomorrow for work. And she's got to get up at like 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning and be on some flight at 6:30 or something like that, 7. Go to the meeting, get back on a plane, fly back, and get home tomorrow night at like 10 o'clock at night. I mean, that's a shit day. I'm just saying. Hey, Jess. Man, I feel spoiled. Is it my birthday? I got Jess like 2 times in the last, I don't know, what's it been? 5 days? Got you twice, Jess. It's good to see you. Jess is super cool. Just like all of you is. Yeah, so I'm I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but I definitely know sleeping's part of it. Definitely gonna sleep. How underrated is sleep? Or naps. Let's say that. How underrated are naps? I love napping. It's like one of my favoriteest things to do. Right? Sleeping feels so great. Especially if you can like put all the proper elements around you. Like I gotta have a fan on. January. February. Just icicles hanging off my nostrils. I gotta have a fan on me. Hi, puppy. Yeah. Daisy can't sleep like next to me unless she's in a snowmobile suit. I keep it cold. I have actually cracked a window like in winter just to, that far just to let that. I won't do that no more though, because I'm a man that's like well into my 40s. And when I think about doing that, I think about dollar bills flying out my window. So I don't do that shit no more. But I like to have a little breeze on me. What say you? Or white noise. I remember as a kid, I remember laying on the couch. I don't know what I was watching. Doesn't matter. There wasn't cable, so it was shit TV. But I remember my mom plugging in the vacuum. I was like this. That white noise puts me out like I got a shot. Puts me out. When I'm any bit of tired, if I hear white noise, I can just gone. Yeah, you like that white noise, redneck? Prepper. Oh, yeah, that kind of stuff just, I love that. It's good stuff. I'll see what you guys are talking about, and then I'm going to probably wrap it up because we're creeping up on an hour. In about 5 minutes, it'll be an hour. I can't believe how quick that went for me. Maybe for you guys, you feel like it's been 3 hours, but that went pretty quick for me. Got the rest warmer on high. I know, man. There's something about like nice warm things when it's cold out that just feels so good. The Indians probably had the best sleep until we fucked it all up. They were in teepees. They got little fires. They could just open the. They just open the little window there and have a little breeze. Anyway. Hey, Robert Nazawa is in from the fields. What's up, Nazawa? We've been waiting for you, man. Man, got some dirty hands today. Earned himself a beer, I can tell you that. So the first one's on me, Nazawa. I just threw it to you. Hopefully you're shotgunning it right now. Man, dude, even 5 hours in front of me, you had a late night. You had yourself a late night, bro. Good on you. I bet you sleep like a champ every single night, Nazawa, don't you? Probably hit that bed with your eyelids closed 3 inches off the bed before you even hit land. Pardon me. It's too late to care. I'm sorry. Yeah. You know what? People that do. Yeah. Yeah. Out there getting it, man. Out there in the elements, the sun, the rain, the hot, the cold, the this, the that. I mean, that shit wears me out when I do it. I know that. Right, it's almost 8:00 now. There, when that's a late day, and I bet I'm speculating, but you start your days, Nazawa, don't you? Like, I don't know, 6, 8 in the morning, something like that. I mean, that's even if you start at 8, that's a 12-hour day. Those aren't fun, no matter what time zone you're in. Ever. Whatever. All right. No sangria. I usually watch the relays. I work 12s, 4 days a week. Watch the relays. Oh, the replays. You meant to say replays. I think. You're really up at 3:30? Well, you have my respect, Mr. Nazawa, but you've known that for quite some time. Man, you know what? I just got a hankering for like a cold meat turkey sandwich with like bacon, and cheese. And that sounds good. It's almost 2 a.m. here. That sounds phenomenal. Should I cook one? Should I just keep it live and cook one? I got to stay up. Ah, KK. I understand. I totally get it. I understand. It's good seeing you, girl. I hope you're doing well. KK, get a hold of me tomorrow. I will make you one, Mel. Thank you, KK. KK is such a sweetheart. I love you too. You're such a sweetheart. uh, Hi, puppy. Oh, wait. Why? Yes, KK. I want to remember to ask you, where are you going? You're leaving on a trip tomorrow, right? Let me tell you a story about a girl named KK. Like to come on YouTube and make people say, I got a squirrel and I call him Georgie. So I shot him with a 22 and put him in my porgy. No, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. That was like redneck freestyling, and it failed miserably. That was terrible. That was terrible. Where are you going? Tell me where you're going, KK. Redneck. The redneck prepper said, yup. The redneck prepper said, yup. You know it was bad. Shit. I really wanted that to work out. I couldn't come up with nothing. So where are you going, KK? Did you answer that? Where are you going? Who's going to feed your squirrel? You're going to leave him a little care package, aren't you, KK? Dear Georgie, do not open until Friday. I wouldn't blame you. I think that squirrel's going to talk to you one day, KK, if I'm being honest. I really do. Like, yeah, I think she hit like the exit button, Mel, as soon as she said, like, I'm going to bed. Bye. Done. Done. That's all right. Oh, did Headless take off too? That's okay. That's all good. That's all right. That's okay. Let's turn the page. Oh, Headless wasn't here at all earlier. My bad. Yeah, you're right. Now that I think about it. All right, guys. Well, I really don't have anything else. Yeah, I think we covered the news for the day, right? That's what's been happening. I mean, the deep state keeps firing at Trump and he keeps knocking them down. And he looks at them and he's like, you want to go at it? I just keep busting you up all day long. And he busts them up all day long. The deep state is not long for this world. Believe that. They're not long for this world. What's that mean? By hook or by crook, they're gone. They're getting the hell out of here. It's bigger than any other agenda. I mean, these people are gone. They're going away. I think it's beautiful. We'll keep an eye on it. We will watch what happens. Safe trip and travels to you, KK, and Scotty, and your family. I hope you guys have a blast wherever it is you're going. And yeah, that's about it. You guys be awesome. Stay cool. I know that you will. I'll see you later. Soon, probably. Bye.